Hey everyone, Andy Raffel from eTeknix.com and welcome to an episode of Setup Showdown. And I know it's been a while, but trust me, it's going to be worth it. Let's do this. Do you sometimes feel like there's not enough RGB in your life? Yay! Or are you one of those people who's actually starting to get a bit of a tan off of your system? Yay! Well, no matter what the situation, you're in luck. Thanks to Team Group. With Team Group's Gaming Extreme ARGB DDR4 memory, you can choose how much lighting you have in your life. A sleek mirrored design that really stands out, or fully lit for the people that just can't get enough. High speeds of up to 4000 MHz, these memory modules really do have it all. A premium set of memory without the premium cost. Check out the link in the description to find out more. So first up, a little bit of housekeeping. It's been a while since we did Setup Showdown and we're kind of changing it up a little bit. Instead of just showing you guys some of the best and, well, kind of worst systems that we've actually seen, I'm going to, I guess, narrate over it a little bit, tell you what I think of it, what kind of specs the people are rocking, and hopefully it's going to give you guys some inspiration as to, you know, what you can maybe do with your space, what you can do with your setup, and go from there. And of course, if you actually want to be featured yourself, then check the link in the description below to find out more. Let's do this. So first up we have Chris from Cheshire's build. It's an X399GB Aorus Gaming 7 motherboard hosting an AMD Threadripper 1950X processor. It's all being cooled by the EKGA X399 Gaming RGB monoblock. It's got 32GB of G-Skill Trident Z 3200MHz memory and it's all powered by a Corsair HX1000i PSU. All of this is housed inside the Cooler Master Cosmos C700P chassis, which does look absolutely amazing. Now, I've got to admit, I do love the fact that it has a monoblock, but it would have been nice to see maybe some extra cooling on the GPU. The screen in the case is a nice touch, and along with the little astronaut, it's overall a very nice and clean build. Moving on to the desk, display-wise, he has an Alienware 34-inch G-Sync 120Hz curved monitor. He's then gone full Corsair ecosystem, using a Corsair K95 Platinum keyboard and a Corsair Glaive 2 mouse. Also, the ST100 headphone stand with the Corsair Void headset. Next up, we have Yotam from Israel, and this is quite a beastly setup that he's got here. Using the Corsair Crystal 570X chassis, which is an absolute great case for showing off the whole inside of your system. He's got the Gigabyte Z270K3 gaming motherboard, housing the Intel i7 6700K CPU. Again, using G-Skill Trident memory, and with the Asus Strix GTX 1070 OC graphics card. It's all kept nice and cool with Corsair's H110i GTX AIO, and it's all powered with Seasonic's X650W 80 Plus Gold PSU, and using custom cables from CableMod. He's using two Dell S2715U monitors and a Logitech G502 RGB mouse. He's another one with a K95 Platinum keyboard, which seems to be a popular choice today. Along with Corsair's MM800 mousepad with its surrounding RGB to really make it glow and stand out. He's also using an Arturia Minilab Mark II MIDI keyboard along with a DivRoom mini box for creating music. So not just your average gamer here, we've got some content creation going on as well. We can also see under the desk he has the Focusrite Scarlett, which is actually what I use myself. He's also gone for a kind of black and red loadout across the board, which is very sleek and very clean. Next in the firing line is Eduardo from Texas, who has the Cougar Conqueror, a pretty unique chassis that you don't generally see that often. People often refer to it as a bit of a helicopter crash, but I kind of like the way that he has it set up. He's running the Asus Z270 Maximus 9 Extreme motherboard with the Intel i7 7700K CPU. GPU wise, he's gone with the Asus Strix 1080, 32GB of, you guessed it, G-Skill Trident Z RGB memory, and it's all cooled with a custom loop and all powered by the EVGA Supernova 650S 80 Plus Gold PSU. On the desk, he's using the Dell S2716DG monitor and using the Corsair K70 RGB Rapid Fire keyboard. Along with this, sticking with Corsair, we've got the Corsair M65 Pro RGB mouse, and he's rocking the MM800 mouse mat as well, like we saw from the previous entry. Either side of his monitors, he's got a pair of Logitech G560 speakers, which just finishes off the loadout very nicely. Next up, we have Scott from Wigan with the MB600L chassis, hosting the MSI B350 Gaming Pro Carbon motherboard and the Ryzen 5 1600 CPU. He's got 4 sticks of 4GB HyperX memory, and GPU wise he's gone with the MSI 1050 Ti, and it's all powered by EVGA's 500W PSU. He's keeping the CPU cool with the Antec 240mm AIO, which is a really nice, good looking cooler. keeps a sleek design and it gives a nice focal point on the motherboard. It's overall a clean setup and the colour really pops out of the case that he's using. On the desk he's using an AOC G2460P FreeSync 144Hz 1080p monitor with both the mouse and keyboard coming from the Cooler Master Lite range. The keyboard has got plenty of RGB which looks absolutely amazing in the dark lighting he's taking these photos of. All in all, it's a good looking system and overall good looking setup when it comes to style as well as lighting. Finally, we have Enrico from Italy with this bright and colourful build, with an AMD Ryzen 3900 XT on top of an Asus ROG Crosshair 8 Hero motherboard. Gigabyte Gaming OC 1080 Ti GPU at the heart of it, and 16 gig of, you guessed it, G-Skill Trident Z, but this time it's the Neo memory. It's all powered by a Silent Storm Cool Zero PSU from Sharkoon, and all of it is housed inside the Thermaltake View 71 chassis. The colour is, well, it's very intense, maybe a bit too much for my own personal liking, but I still think it looks very, very good and it's a little bit different. Having acrylic or PETG tubing instead of soft tubing could have made this stand out a little bit more and maybe given us a few more clean lines, but you know, we all have to start somewhere. The motherboard cooling block, when set to blue, looks simply incredible, and generally I think he's done a very, very good job on this case. So there you have it guys, hopefully this gave you a little bit of inspiration, hopefully you can sort of take some ideas away from this and think, this is what I want to apply to my system, this is how I want to do things with mine. Maybe you haven't built your system yet and you want to do something sort of, you know, a little bit crazy, a little bit unique, and this whole video has given you some ideas behind what you can actually do with your own system. Whether it be lighting, whether it be adding little kind of, you know, things inside like astronauts and all this crazy stuff that people are doing these days. But yeah, if you want to have your system featured on here, definitely check out the link in the description below where you can find out more details, submit some pictures, all of your specs, and you never know, you might be featured on the next episode of Setup Showdown. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know exactly what to do, and I will see you in the next one. See you later guys. Bye bye.